I really don't like Griffith. Alright, so I just finished the Golden Age arc, and like what I said at the very beginning is true. I actually don't like Griffith. Yeah, he's kind of a scumbag, and he's terrible. He's a narcissist, and he's a lot of things. And this was really good. So I was thinking about how I'm going to do this review. It's more of just my thoughts. And gosh, it's really hard to talk about this without spoiling. So I'm just going to go right into spoilers. So if you guys haven't watched, or read the Golden Age arc, then, well, sorry. The story itself is really good. It does a really good of coming of age, especially with Guts, because you literally learn so much about this boy. Literally, he was just a baby when you meet Guts. And so in the Black Swordsman arc, they do a lot of hints towards things. And you're wondering, what? Why does Guts not like getting touched? And you actually find out pretty quickly why he doesn't. You're like, ooh, so yeah, what Guts did to Gambino, I'm cool with. Just saying. I approve that. Good for you, Guts. You find out why Guts, well, doesn't like Griffith, like, at all. So the problem is when you're reading the Golden Age, you meet Griffith and you're like, he's not that bad. But then you keep reading about him and I'm like, I don't know. He is kind of a bad guy. He is. He has superiority complex. That's what it is. He wants to be like all power, and Guts knows that. So does seems like everyone else does, but they just follow him because Griffith has that charm essentially to convey people to follow his lead. Like I remember the first time reading this, and Guts meets Griffith, and they fight, and Guts gets beat up pretty bad. Gets beat by Griffith pretty easily. So it's and then so Guts is with them after that, and I'm like, all right, so what's gonna happen now? And the whole time I kept reading and reading, I was like, when does it get bad? Because on surface level, Griffith is just basically I started out as a really poor kid, and I want to be able to be in the royal ranks, even though I wasn't with royal blood. So at first I'm like, all right. And then the ending of Golden Age, I'm like, I really don't like Griffith. It was towards the middle of the book, I was like, I don't like Griffith. It was in the middle. It was right dab in the middle. When he started doing a lot of terrible things to people, I was like, yeah, how he made Guts go kill the king's brother, and then he hooked up with that princess just because he wanted to. At first I was like, oh, he definitely did it because he loved her. No, he was doing it to gain power. That's all he was doing. I don't know. I'm really hit or miss with Griffith, and obviously we're gonna see what happens in the Conviction arc and the Millennium Falcon arc, and I don't know what the arc is after that, but holy crap, this was such a wild arc. Wow. Like I said, it's a really good coming of age story for Guts, even for Griffith, and even for Casca. And I actually liked her. When you watch or read anime/manga, you kind of see who the love interest is kind of quick, because they do the thing where she's always mean to the main character, and she does all these things, but then she finally confesses her love and everything, and so does Guts. I actually like the relationship, and I'm not gonna lie, the romance of it was actually pretty good. I didn't know how it would be, because the Black Swordsman arc doesn't really show you romance. I mean, the first page you open up to is Guts is doing things with a demon, and the demon's gonna try and kill him, and you're like, what? So my experience with romance isn't the greatest for the start of it, but the Golden Age really sets a tone for romance and does a really good job, and I was really cheering for it. And then the end, I was like, Griffith, I do not like you at all. But I'm gonna try and slowly get to the end. I just kind of want to talk about the beginning, and then I'll get to the end. But I like the crew as well. I like the Hawks. I think the Hawks were just fun characters to be around. They actually all had their own personalities, which was nice, because you didn't focus on just Guts, Griffith, or Casca, which was nice. I enjoyed the others. I can't think of their names right now, I'm sorry. But I am enjoying that aspect. I did enjoy that. Sorry. The ending was so messed up. I literally, no joke, I was buying a leather mount and I would read the 3 volumes and then I would just buy another one, when I got paid. But it ended with the eclipse, so I had to go to Barnes & Noble immediately and just go buy the next one to finish it out, because I was like, what is going on? Because it just started the eclipse. I'm like, holy crap, this is getting wild. And yeah. But I will say, another thing I did like, I actually liked the battles in this. The battles in here was insane. I think my favorite battle of it all was honestly the 100-man one, Guts versus 100 dudes. That was sick. That was so good. I just enjoyed it. I think the whole premise of the whole part of that was just good. Every battle was always good. It never felt like it was overly done. It didn't feel like there was like, oh, here we go, another fight. They all felt good and they all felt like it was needed. It felt like it had to happen. Like when they fought against the rhinos, that was awesome. And then, well, it wasn't like a battle. I mean, it was technically, because you got to meet Zod. Zod was freaking nuts. The fight with Zod versus Guts and Griffith was pretty insane. That was wild. And then you kind of get hinted with the necklace that Griffith was wearing. You're like, oh, interesting. But knowing from the Black Swordsman arc, you're like, all right, so Griffith is like with the rest of the demons, but you don't even know who those people are at all. And then you learn, obviously, in this, what they are. And that was just insane. But I really did like those aspects. I did. It really built up characters to make you believe Guts actually likes Griffith. He never hated him at the beginning. He never did. And that's why it was like so wild at the end of how this ended. And now I'm going to talk about that for a couple moments. And then, yeah. So eventually what happened, after Griffith hooked up with the king's daughter, he literally went into her room, hooked up with her. Some people say it wasn't consent, but I'm pretty sure it was. She wanted him anyways. So I'm like, that's debatable, I guess. Anyway, so they hooked up. He left her that next morning, got captured. And then he went to this tower of a prison and went all the way to the bottom, was getting beat and everything. And he told the king, he's like, you're just jealous because I did what you wanted to do. And I'm like, damn, that's pretty tough. And then the king went up to that room, to his daughter's room, and tried to do that. And thank God it never happened. But I was like, oh my God, this is messed up. This is so messed up. So when that was happening, that was pretty wild. And Guts left. So yeah, Guts left after their last battle. And Griffith's like, no, you're staying. This is before Griffith got caught, and Griffith and Guts fought, and Guts beat him. Actually, really easy. So I was like, ooh, Guts. So Guts actually beat him. Then Guts did his mercenary stuff. And eventually he came back because he heard what happened. And he ended up saving Casca, and then they went to go save Griffith. Griffith, when they got him, his veins were cut out and all this. His limbs, no, his ligaments in his arms and legs were cut out. He was just nothing. He was just literally like a vegetable. And what happened is he tried to kill himself, which is nuts. And the eclipse happened. This whole wild demon thing started happening. Demons started coming out of the sky. It was wild. And there was demons that were killing the hawks. And I'm like, what is going on here? And then they were like, Griffith, you have to sacrifice them all. You have to sacrifice all these people. Because then everyone started getting those brands. And that's how I know, obviously that makes sense why Guts has it now. It's like, holy crap, this is wild. This is some wild, wild stuff. And so Griffith says sacrifice. So he does. He has these demons just kill all these people that he took care of for years, for 3 years. And he just lets them all die. But of course, Guts is still alive, and so is Casca. But then poor Casca, she's strung up by demons, and she's naked, which is just... Anyways, so Guts is going to try and save her, and Demon bites his arm, and Guts is trying to pull, and Griffith starts... I'm not going to go into details what Griffith does, but Griffith does things to her in front of Guts, and it's really bad. But it's one of my favorite like panels of not Griffith, of Guts, because I didn't know what it was. It was Guts where he has his arm cut off and he has a broken sword, and he's like, Griffith, and it's like, it was just sick. Maybe I'll post a picture of it, because it was like one of the reasons why I wanted to get into Berserk, because I was like, whoa, what is this? And he tries to, save Casca, and he doesn't. But this Grim Reaper skull guy on a horse comes down and saves Guts and Casca from the disaster, and yeah. So that was kind of like how it ended, and you're like, what the heck? So you don't really know who the skull guy is. You still don't know who Zod too much, even because Zod kind of like helped in a way, but he didn't, if that makes sense. Griffith is the 5th leader of these demons. He's like the demon king, if I can remember. Correct me if I'm wrong down below. So now you get to the part where it fast forwards. I think it was like a day or two. No, it was 4 days. And Casca's like, awake. So it was Guts, and Guts, goes and tries to talk to her. But she doesn't know who he is. She has no memory. She's just like a child, essentially. And I'm like, damn, that's messed up. I'm like, Griffith really did Guts dirty with this. I don't know how I feel about this. So then, eventually, Guts is like, I'm just going to kill them all. I'm going to kill every single one of these damn things. And he finally gets the sword called the Dragon Blade, and that's what he uses. It's this long sword, and then he gets his machine arm, and he goes, and he's going to start killing some fools. So after the Golden Age, we get right to the Black Swordsman, to now the Conviction arc, which is really cool. So now I'm pretty hyped. I thought about reading it, but I'm going to buy the next 3 leather bounds for the Conviction arc. I want to be able to be like, all right, I can just binge them, call it good. So yeah. But all in all, this is awesome. I think I gave every single one of the mangas like a 4 out of 5 or a 5 out of 5 stars. It was so hard not to. It was so good. I am blown away with how good this was. And honestly, I can't wait to get back into it. But the next depressing manga series I'm going to be reading, the next arc of depressing manga is going to be Vagabond. So I'm pretty hyped for that one too. But if you guys made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what was your favorite part of the Golden Age arc. What was your favorite arc in general for just any manga or anime? What was your favorite anime? Manga? Whatever. If you guys want to follow me down below. All my socials are there. And if you guys want to get in touch, talk to me about whatever, that's cool too. DM me on Instagram. And if you guys want to show some support, check out all my links down below for my books. I am currently releasing 2 more books for a series I'm writing, so check them out. Leave a review, that would be awesome. Send me a picture if you do buy them. I'll post them up on my Instagram. But of course, make sure you guys stay safe, stay hungry. Until Sunny level. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.